Good morning. I'm Jasmine Anderson. A Wyandanch public library employee kept his job despite being accused of having sex with a minor at the library. Macy Eglund and Denise Bonilla have the story you'll see only in Newsday.
Disturbing allegations revealed in a memo and notice of claim obtained by Newsday about the Wyandanch Public Library and its head custodian. A young woman whose identity we have chosen to protect says from October 2016 to December of 2018, she was raped multiple times by 51-year-old Kwesi McCorvey, beginning when she was 16 years old. The confidential memo shows library officials knew of her allegations at least 17 months before McCorvey's arrest, but he stayed on the job.
Court records indicate that, this is not McCorvey's first brush with the law.
Newsday's Denise Bonilla has been looking into the Wyandanch Library for nearly a decade, taking a deep dive into library records after it was audited in 2014, and now the latest on McCorvey. In September of 2021, the young woman approached the then director of the library about the alleged sexual encounters, who drafted the confidential memo to the board.
After the memo was given out to all the trustees and their attorney advised that there was nothing further that they could do, McCorvey appears to have not been disciplined or suspended in any way. He continued to earn his paycheck, we know, from payroll records.
In December of 2021, the alleged victim also filed a police report. McCorvey was arrested February of this year on third-degree rape and criminal sex act charges from an alleged encounter in 2016 with the same young woman in North Amityville and has pleaded not guilty. A week after his arrest, at least 17 months after library trustees knew of the allegations, they put him on paid suspension. McCorvey was hired back in 2007, despite having felony convictions for drugs and possessing stolen property. Newsday has learned since then he's also been convicted of several misdemeanors while on the job. In the notice of claim, the alleged victim is seeking $30 million in damages, naming McCorvey, the library, former trustees, and current trustees as defendants. Library officials and their attorney have not commented on the allegations. Reporting for NewsdayTV, I'm Macy Eglund.
Read more on this investigation on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. The ongoing migrant crisis coming to a head on the Nassau-Queens border.
No tent city! No tent city! No tent city! No tent city!
Hundreds of people from Flora Park and surrounding areas protested the tented migrant relief center. This is last night at Creedmoor Psychiatric Center in Queens Village. Several people were arrested, including Guardian Angels founder Curtis Sliwa. It's rare and even potentially deadly. This morning, an urgent new warning about a bacteria after a dead Suffolk resident tested positive for fibriosis. You can get it by swimming in salt water or by eating raw or undercooked shellfish. State health officials say New Yorkers who have wounds should avoid swimming in warm seawater where the bacteria can thrive. And people with compromised immune systems are being told to avoid handling or even eating raw seafood. Investigators used surveillance video to track down the hit-and-run driver they say killed a man in Central Islip. Raynard Williams of Central Islip was indicted yesterday. He's accused of killing Paul Benjamin while he was crossing Carlton Avenue last month. Prosecutors said video from nearby businesses shows Williams hitting the victim. A Medford man is now charged in a hit and run that hurt 3 pedestrians in Patchogue. Police say Diego Torres hit 3 people on East Main Street near Phyllis Drive on August 6th and kept driving. The victims suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police are asking for your help finding this car and the driver they say ran down a man in Garden City Park and kept going. We're told the 32-year-old victim was hit Tuesday night. He was found laying on Dykeman Avenue after a witness said this black Acura hit him. The man suffered head trauma. Update on congestion pricing. MTA officials are meeting this afternoon to go over the rollout of the controversial plan. The tolling infrastructure is already going up in Manhattan. Under the plan, vehicles will be charged up to $34.50 for driving below 60th Street. It's expected to be implemented by next spring. It's done. A 2-year, $44 million project to protect the shoreline surrounding the historic Montauk Lighthouse is complete. About 120,000 tons of rocks were installed around the lighthouse. A separate restoration project is now also complete. It's repaired the tower's weathered, damaged exterior.
We're at a wonderful celebration of the completion of the revetment, which is going to protect the lighthouse for the next, hopefully, 100 years.
The lighthouse, built in 1796, once stood about 297 feet from the edge of the bluff. Erosion has weathered that distance to about 95 feet. Uniondale's Aljamain Sterling is getting ready to defend his UFC title. The UFC bantamweight champ tells Newsday, quote, "I am chasing greatness." He takes on Sean O'Malley on Saturday at UFC 292 in Boston. Sterling goes for his fourth consecutive title defense that would extend his record among UFC bantamweights. Baldwin's Chris Weidman is also getting ready to return to the ring this weekend. It's 2 years after he snapped his fibula and tibia in a fight. A celebrity sing-along has a lot of people talking today.
Don't know much about the French I took, but I do know that I love you.
Part-time Watermill resident Jennifer Lopez sharing this video on Instagram of her and husband Ben Affleck singing along in the car to Sam Cooke's Wonderful World. The caption, "Dear Ben, happy birthday, I love you." He turned 51 Tuesday. Happy birthday. Your hyper-local weather now. Here's a look at Ponquag Bridge in Hampton Bays. Cloudy and sticky today. Not the best situation. A possible shower later today. And here's a look at your day planner. Highs around 77 degrees. Tomorrow morning, we'll see those thunderstorms will return. Highs around 84 degrees. And here's a look at your futurecast. You can see the thunderstorms rolling in, but we do dry out just in time for the weekend. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Long Island weather is brought to you by the Canine Center.
Marking a milestone, an iconic Long Island entertainment venue is celebrating its 40th anniversary. Elisa DiStefano has a look at Mulcahy's you'll see only in Newsday.
Mulcahy's is celebrating a major milestone. Let's go back through 40 years of music and memories. 40 years, there's a whole lot of history here.
Oh yeah, 40 years. Time flies.
When you're having fun?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of fun had in this building. John Murray Jr. bought what's now a Long Island institution here in Wyandanch back in 1983. It's become a family business with John's son Timmy now running the show with him.
Way back when, I expanded into that store.
And you did that big one in 94, right? This was like 2016. This was the Tiki Bar. We had a couple big shows. He wrote a little note like, maybe I could expand one more time. And everyone thought he was nuts. And then we expanded again.
One more time in 2019.
That's like current Mulcahy's, and I don't think there's anywhere else to go, but
you never know.
Maybe up.
The latest and fifth expansion allowed the Murrays to bring bigger bands like Taking Back Sunday to play on the Mike Del Giudice stage, where Long Island legends have performed over the years. These are such great photos.
Joan Jett. This is Clarence Clements. This is Eddie Money with the
Eddie Money.
2 tickets to Paradise. And my friend Mike Francesa and Mike and the Mad Dog. Mike made over 30, 40 appearances here for charity.
From charity events to sellout shows from cover bands going back to the very beginning.
We put a band called the Satellites, which is really synonymous with Mulcahy's. They played Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and I give them in my top 10 reasons we're here today.
To plenty of parties.
This is pretty famous, the Out of the Weeds cards. Big party every Monday in the summer.
Mulcahy's can be credited for many memories and nights of good, clean fun. What do you attribute to being a success and being here 40 years and counting?
Luck. Just right place, right time. Very lucky. I thank everybody for their patronage and for the town accepting us. The people in Wyandanch have been great.
For NewsdayTV, Elisa DiStefano.
Good times. Read more about Mulcahy's on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Here's what's up on Long Island.
I don't own a single gun, but if I did, you'd be the one.
See the Lumineers, the alternative folk rock band, in concert with James Bay. Friday nights, it's at the Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater in Wyandanch. The Long Island Bluegrass and Roots Music Festival. Traditional bluegrass music is featured along with Americana and roots music. You'll also find music workshops, vendors, raffles. Bring a blanket or chair on Saturday to Tanner Park in Copaig. Or go to see the Long Island Ducks with post-game fireworks. The Ducks host the Charleston Dirty Birds Saturday. First pitch is at 6:35 at Fairfield Properties Ballpark in Central Islip. For admission info and more events, click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box on our homepage.
Working in journalism, I think you experience the world in a really different way than people in other professions do. I find it very satisfying to learn about things and get to tell other people about them.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.